Anna glared at the two muscular men. Well draped in a black suit, she greeted them. "Yes, how may I help you?" One of them counter-questioned. "Is this Dr. Christina's residence?" And steadily walked into the living room. Christina recognized them and rebuked. "I accepted your boss's proposal. Even signed the contract. Now would you please leave me to my fate? Miss Olivia wanted to have a word with you." He passed on the phone to Christina. She grabbed it and heard a voice from the other side. "My bodyguards would accompany you. You just need to follow their lead," Olivia ordered and hung up the call. Christina couldn't even utter a single word. She returned to the phone and told them to wait at the parking lot. She was hesitant but then walked away to get ready. Anna was deeply saddened by her sister's misery. When Christina came, she was wearing a black-colored jumpsuit and hair tied in a top-knot bun. But her face had turned pale in distress. Anna hugged her tight. Christina comforted her. "I am bound to do this, Anna. But I swear, I'll try to fix things up real soon." Anna was fearful. She urged Christina, "I'll call you in every day, okay? If anything uncertain happens, just let me know. And you take care of yourself." "Okay." Christina was concerned. All three of them got seated in the car and headed towards the destination. "Would you be kind enough to let me know where are we going?" Christina questioned. "No, we have been ordered not to disclose anything to you," he asserted. Christina kept mum. She had a butterflies in the stomach kind of a feeling. At the other end of the city, an Audi was speeding up towards the outskirts of New York City. It was Steve who was in conversation with Olivia on the phone. "Is it a necessity to go beyond the line and do all of this? Bear with this and please cooperate. It's all for your sake," Olivia assured him. "Okay, I and Bob are on our way," he informed her and disconnected the call. On the other hand, Christina dozed off during the journey. The bodyguard woke her up and told her that they had reached the destination. Christina yawned, rubbed her eyes and stepped out of the car. She was amazed to spot a private jet. She questioned, "Why are we here and where are we going now?" The bodyguard pointed towards the jet. "You'll get to know, ma'am, please take a seat." Without any further argument, Christina proceeded to the plane. This was the first time she happened to witness a private jet. She was spellbound by the interiors. That's when a voice from behind violated her thoughts. "You need not be shocked and make yourself comfortable. We would be in Paris within a few hours." She came out from her thoughts and turned around. A man in a black tuxedo was leading her way. His muscular body complemented his attire well. A beige lapel pin could be seen positioned on the left side, north of his pocket square. Christina got intrigued by his charm, but then regained her senses and questioned, "Why are we heading to Paris?" Olivia didn't mention anything like this in the agreement. Steve answered coldly, while he got seated, "Don't be so excited and investigative. You aren't supposed to know each and everything." "I am not excited, and I never could be." She sighed and sat beside him. After a while, the air hostess dropped in to serve some snacks. Steve demanded for a glass of red wine. He usually preferred it while traveling. The attendant returned with a glass of wine and offered it to Steve with a flirtatious smile. Christina found it all cringeworthy and murmured to herself, "Everybody on this earth adores this jerk of a person." Steve overheard and smiled. "What did you just say?" Nothing. She changed the topic, saying, "Could you please get me a glass of water?" "Sure, ma'am." The flight attendant nodded and came back with a glass of water. She took a sip and glanced over Steve, savoring the wine. These sharp facial features, a perfectly toned body, and a good sense of styling, I must say. This is why girls are attracted to him, she thought. "Oh, okay," Christina responded, waking up. She grabbed her belongings and walked out of the plane. A cold breeze kissed through her face and she was lured into the moment. Steve interrupted. "Miss, step back into reality." She frowned and got into the car. As the car gained momentum, Steve occupied himself with his iPad, and Christina was loaded with mixed emotions, but she wanted not to lose the sight of beauty she was passing by. "We have arrived, sir," the driver informed him. Both got out of the car and were welcomed by the hotel staff. "Hello, sir. Welcome to Le Waltman, Paris. We would be delighted to host you." The manager greeted and accompanied them into the hotel. "Your luggage would be sent to your respective rooms, and your private staff would take you there," he added. Steve thanked him. "James, your hospitality is commendable. You never disappoint me." They shook hands and then were assisted by the staff member towards their private rooms. "See you in the evening, Christina. Enjoy your stay." Steve smiled and got off to his room. She too went inside her room, whispering, "I am bound to be here. It's a compulsion. How am I supposed to enjoy?" All of her stress fizzed out when she caught sight of her room. It was really a sight to behold, and she strolled into the balcony. "Wow, the Eiffel Tower," she exclaimed, seeing the mesmerizing wonder of the world right from her room. She was so withdrawn in the beauty of her surroundings when somebody knocked at the door. After almost 2 hours, "Ma'am, just look at yourself. You look stunning," Jenny complimented. Christina couldn't believe it was her when she looked into the mirror. She was fascinated. "This is the dress that Miss Christina is supposed to wear, ma'am." A staff member swirled round a dazzling red gown. Christina was in awe of the dress. Everything was beyond her imagination. "Okay, let me help you to put it on," Jenny suggested. And they both went into the changing room. She felt like she was a princess when she came out. The dress, makeup, and styling had elevated a simple doctor into a glamorous diva. "I wish Anna was here," she sighed. "You and this dress are made for each other," Jenny couldn't resist and complimented. One of the staff members came up with a golden pair of heels. "Not to forget this beautiful pair of heels." Jenny passed on a pair of golden heels. Christina excitedly put them on and swirled around. "That's perfect," Jenny exclaimed. "Take her along, and madam, you enjoy your evening," she added while she sent a girl with Christina. She dropped her at the entrance of the hotel where a car was already waiting. The car drove off and stopped near Eiffel Tower. A lot of surprises are awaiting. It was an extremely romantic candlelight setup. She had to walk on rose petals, which then led to a table encircled with flowers. The aroma of scented candles filled the air around. Christina could feel her heartbeat racing. She walked towards the table and found 2 wine glasses and a bottle of red wine on it. How long would it take? Steve thought. He was tired of waiting. "Steve, what is all this?" Christina inquired, reaching to him. "Steve, who had his face towards the beautiful monument, turned around. His eyes couldn't blink for a moment or two when he encountered a captivating sight. "Christina, you look alluringly beautiful," he exclaimed, but softly that she couldn't hear. He was lost in her beauty. He had never noticed all this while how beautiful Christina looked. Her sharp features, her big eyes, and her soft lips seemed irresistible. Damn, how could he miss it? He thought. They walked towards the table hand in hand. Steve pulled the chair for the lady. She sat down. He then poured some wine and offered it to her. Holding her hands into his own, Steve admired. "You are looking breathtakingly beautiful today. I wish time would freeze. Here, right now. We could just stay here and spend our lives together." Christina was in utter shock. She was trying to make sense of everything. Just then Steve took out a box from his blazer. It seemed to be an expensive box having something equally precious. He stood up and bent down on his knees. She was baffled by what was happening and stood up to go. But Steve began speaking. "Christina Smith, will you marry me?" Will Christina agree to Steve's proposal? What started as a contract is moving in a new direction. Will this change their equation?